Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and last we left off, our heroes were trapped under deck, and the top of the deck is actually being lined with explosives, so we're gonna need some sneaky tricks and rope-cutting technology to get us out of here. Fortunately for us, though, Captain Jack is a pirate and therefore used to being bound and gagged, so, yeah, he's got a knife to cut himself out of situations like this. Weirdly, you would have thought Pete and Barbossa would have pat him down, stripped them of their weapons. I mean, I know he technically couldn't get rid of Sora, Donald, and Goofies because they're magical and they can escape and get out of that sort of thing. You know, because of magic and shit. Oh no, the wacky antics hijinks music is on, which basically means you gotta get onto the deck, although not before you prepared everything. So let's have a save of the game, because you never know when you want to save your game next to an explosive. And let's begin. Pretty much just taking down Heartless, knocking the explosives off the deck, and bada bing, we do the thing and avoid an explosive lunch. Or rather, we'll be getting an explosive lunch, as we blow up tons of fish and have some fish and chips for dinner tonight. Well, I mean, not that anybody's really going to be able to eat any of them, because the food turned to ash, and the pleasurable women turned to whores. Ugly, ugly whores. And there we go. We gained an item slot.
All clear. That's the second time I've had to watch that man sail away with my ship, but I'll be having her back soon enough.
Supposed to talk about something that I didn't really get a chance to talk about before. Yeah, the voice of Captain Jack Daniels. Sparrow! Why do I keep calling him that? It's just, rolls off the tongue. Captain Jack Sparrow was actually James Arnold Taylor, so no Johnny Depp, but, yeah, in terms of how James Arnold Taylor voices him, he gets at least enough of a similarity down so that it isn't distracting, but at the same time, if you've heard his, voices, you know, Titus or Ratchet or whatever, it's, a bit distracting. Like, I mean, it's not bad, but at the same time, it sounds more like a parody of, Jack Sparrow. Like, I mean, really, it sounds kind of like the epic movie parody version of Captain Jack Swallows. I don't know. And that's an absent silhouette. As you can tell by the knives, this is where you find Loxine. And, I wouldn't recommend her fighting her right off the bat. I mean, the point in which you fight, Zexion, you might have a chance of winning, but not at this point in the game if you're playing through normally. Loxine, will pretty much eat you alive and still have room for your pussy, so, yeah. Again, as I mentioned before, I'll pretty much be going after a lot of the absent silhouettes much later in the game. And, to once again reiterate, of course, when it comes to the organization data battles, fuck that. I mean, I actually had, at time of, you know, audio recording for, you know, commentary and shit, I have actually completed a fair few of the organization data battles and done a bit better than I thought. In fact, I'd say I've pretty much done half of them at this point, but there are just some that are a bit too much for me. Loxine being one of them. She's a very vicious fighter. By the way, well again, I'm not sure if I showed this up before, but basically, this is also Donald's limit break. Comet attack. Yes. Pew 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 pew. And, I'm sure I probably mentioned this with, Chicken Little or something or other, but, yeah, I believe during Donald's, limit break, you're actually invincible as, Sora. I mean, granted, your, limit breaks with certain characters don't last forever, obviously. But, I mean, I did actually see somebody use, Donald's Comet attack, during the Lingering Will battle. Or at least, I don't know if it was, like, one of the viable strategies, or if it was something that they used to just sort of show off its potency, but, yeah. I mean, it gives, like, a lot of these side characters and companions a lot more viability in combat, and again, like, I mean, there are more to show off as we go on later on in the game, so, yeah, just, the amount of combat options that Kingdom Hearts 2 gives you to play with is fucking staggering, man, and, you know, you really do get the ability to play the game in the way that you want to, so, yeah. I mean, there is a reason why Kingdom Hearts 2 earns a lot of high praise for its gameplay, and, again, while it is very much a game that I'd say is easy to pick up and play, to get through it masterfully with a slick and silky run is fucking immaculate. The Moonlight Moor. Anyway, we'll pretty much have more pirately battles, so to pad out the time, who's up for some more Christopher Lee trivia? And, oh, here's one that's, suitably morbid for the Pirates of the Caribbean setting. Yeah, Christopher Lee actually witnessed the last public execution in France with the death of, Eugen Wiedemann. So, yeah, not only does that tell you about public execution going back a fair ways, but the fact that he actually saw someone publicly executed? I mean, I'm sure this probably might have something to do with a certain other bit of Christopher Lee trivia I have somewhere down the line, but, holy shit, that must have been, a sight to behold, because that's, well, I mean, I'm sure it would have been commonplace way back when, especially in terms of where traditions are focused, but, I don't know, I just find it difficult to imagine people... Maybe this is just me talking from a modern perspective, but I find it difficult for people to witness a public execution and just be so chill about it, you know?
Now, let's be joined us again. The last of the Aztec treasure has been returned. And now, the blood will be repaid to free us from this curse forever. This time for sure.
Ahoy! Treasure, mateys!
Not possible.
Not probable. We're alive and we're pirates.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Sora!
Donald Duck.
Goofy, too!
So you want to play pirate? Best save the play acting for the nursery. After them!
No more play acting now.
Thank you, Sora. Oh, where's Jack?
Jack! Get him! Jack!
You're a fool, Jack Sparrow.
Jack.
Show yourself, Pete! The tide has changed!
See? I told you you'd be needing old Pete.
At last, Disney and Square Enix coming together. Now, this mysterious creature is pretty much kind of like an offshoot of the Stealth Sneak, really. Instead of, you know, hiding its body, instead uses darkness to shield Barbossa. So, basically what you have to do is, light up the area by destroying the Heartless, and again, that'll pretty much expose, Barbossa to the light. But of course, there are still shadows around the area, so, yeah. In terms of boss strategy or anything, the biggest thing about Barbossa that's probably the most annoying is that he tends to bat you away. I mean, apart from obviously seeking shady spots so he's invincible, yeah, you basically just gotta draw him out a little bit and ensure that his little heartless body doesn't get all the glory. Because, I mean, if he does, well then, you're in for a much harder time, and again, with darkness cloaking the area, you can't do shit. But again, Jack Sparrow is very much light on his feet, and he can pretty easily take down Barbossa. It's just a matter of Sora getting towards him and getting down a few combos on him. His health bar isn't very big, but at the same time though, he's well, I guess based both on the AI and I guess to make Barbossa a credible threat. Yeah, he's pretty smart about how he plays this game, so yeah, he keeps a lot of his attacks very distant and his sword slashes pretty deep cuts. But you do have a few reaction commands to countermand some of his abilities when you have the opportunity, as you'll be seeing right here, just as soon as we're done. Oh yeah, this is sick. Oh fuck yeah, Swordmaster. Goddamn, we were... I really wish, well I mean, at time of recording anyway, I do believe Kingdom Hearts 4 is actually planning on either bringing back or doing something very similar to the reaction command concept, which I am all in favor of. Because again, when you see cool stuff like that, it is just delicious, and especially against like sword-based opponents, goddamn, you can get some really slick and silky moves in, and delissimo! Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that wasn't really doing me any favors, and I missed my opportunity to do another one of the land. This is it with Slash. which would have been a sick as hell way to end it, but unfortunately I don't think this one finishes him off. Oh well, you're not going to be seeing it this time because he's in the darkness. Really gonna draw him out, but yeah, regardless of such, when he's exposed to the light, Barbossa will be no more. And so, it is time for us to reap our rewards and free ourselves from the curse of the Aztec gold.
This ain't over.
Right. Care to surrender, Barbossa? Well, enough of this then. What say you we call it a draw?
Jack, how many times do I have to tell you?
Laugh while you can, Barbossa.
I feel cold.
What now, Jack?
Whatever I want, now that the pearl is mine again.
That she is. Thank you, Jack.
I didn't want you hitting me again, mate.
Hey, Jack. Good luck.
And remember to be good.
I'm off.
Will!
Good for them.
Uh-huh. Hey, Sora, how come your face is all red?
What? It is not red.
I know who you're thinking about.
You know, for a minute there, I was afraid we were gonna lose Donald to the curse of the treasure.
Yup, me too.
What?
End of credits laughing thing. And of course we get Follow the Wind. Pretty good keyblade, actually. I mean, its passive ability isn't really much to bother with, but again, it is pretty powerful and looks pretty damn sick and deadly. But that's the end of Port Royal for the time being, and now we have a choice of two worlds. Aladdin or Halloween Town. So let's go to Arabia.